This next chapter is all about setting type in Illustrator, but before we actually get into the nitty-gritty and the fun stuff, we first need to understand the two basic types of type that you can create inside of Illustrator. The first one is called point type, and basically that just means that you point, click, and start typing. And so in order to do that, you have to grab the type tool, which is located in the toolbar. It's the big T, or you can just simply press the letter T on your keyboard. In order to create point type, just simply point your mouse, click your mouse, and start typing. So in this case, we're going to type out the name of this magician, which is the Great Justini. And then we are going to grab our selection tool and just kind of move it somewhere in this region here. Don't worry about the fact that it's small and that we can't really read it right now. We're going to get there throughout the rest of this chapter. So let's just place that there for now. Now let's also create something called an area type object. An area type object means that you are going to actually draw out a text box for text to fit in on your document. So go ahead and grab the type tool again. This time we're going to come down into the bottom region here, and we're just going to click and draw out a box. And for right now, it does not matter how big or how small that box is, just draw something. And so what we're going to type out here is one night only. Press the return key. Saturday, May 23rd at, the at symbol, 9 p.m. And we're going to say that this is happening in Los Angeles, California. Then we'll click the selection tool and we can just kind of move this around. So what's the difference between these two types of type objects? Well, first and foremost, the area type object is constrained by this box, meaning that the text will only go from this edge to this edge. Whereas a point type object, you could literally just type as far as you wanted to go and it would just continue to go all the way over to the right-hand side. There is no line break in a point text object. Also, you can resize the box that area type comes in, and the only thing that's going to happen to the text is it might get actually covered up by the box. So you see here I can actually cover up Los Angeles, California. Whereas a point type object, if I try to scale it up, it just gets bigger. So there's no box to be had there. Now, what happens if you accidentally create point type when you meant to create area type or vice versa? Luckily, there's a way to convert your type objects in Illustrator. So for instance, this point type object right here, the Great Justini, just go up to the type menu and go down to convert to area type. When you do that, you're going to see the box changes a little bit. I'll zoom in so you can see it. And now, when I scale it, it's just a box that gets bigger instead of the text itself. I can easily convert it back by going to type, convert to point type, and it's going to snap right back to its original self. Same holds true for this. I can go to type, convert to point type, and when I do that, it turns into a point type object, which I can then scale up or down, just like so. Then I can go back to type, convert to area type, and it changes it back into a box. So no matter which one you create, you can always get back to the other one if you need to. These are both very flexible ways of creating and managing your type objects in Illustrator. So hopefully now we have a good grasp on what these things are, how to use them, and how to convert between them. Because now it's time to actually start customizing this type to make it look like something.